pay homage to the Buddha, doing the enlightenment of Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Yesterday, I had explained one of the flood. What is that flood?
Again,
the flood of sensuality. Cambodia, I had explained yesterday. We all attach to the sensuality, and we all think in sensuality that the flood of sensuality is the flood which is very difficult to cross. So, all the people in the world, from morning till night, they are very, very busy for what? It is just for sensuality. So, between birth and death, people live for sensuality and people chase for sensuality and people die finally with sensuality. Here people do wholesome deeds, wishing to get a new sensuality. Is it true? So Buddha, our Buddha, doesn't pray to those who do wholesome deeds, expecting new sensual pleasure. The offering, it is for whether we expect it or whether we don't expect. Offering can give its result. It is when. Observing precepts, such as 5 precepts, 8 precepts, when it gives its result, you will be reborn in a good realm such as human realm, celestial realm. Whether human sensual pleasures or whether celestial sensual pleasures, divine sensual pleasures, these all are just sensuality. So when we do wholesome deeds, as for Buddha, Buddha wants us to make an aspiration. It is to get nothing. When we do wholesome deeds, as for Buddha, Buddha wants us to make wholesome deeds without expecting any sensuality. Which one do you like? Having no result and having result. Which one do you like? There are 2 types of result. It means having result and having no result. Having no result is also one type of result. All the people expect some type of result. But Buddha don't pray. So in our country, many Atira means very senior people. Those who know, those who learn it people. And they wrote a book So when he finished writing a book, he used to make a wish. Because of doing this wholesome deed, may I get nothing. When I go down, I learned. So they wish, may I get nothing because of doing this wholesome deed. It means to be able to make an end of suffering. Having no result means having no nama and rupa. They make a wish. Because of doing this wholesome deed, may I get nothing. It is to make an end of suffering. And do you want to make an end of suffering? So, if you want to make an end of suffering, it means you want no nama and rupa. You want to make cease of everything. Making cease of everything means having no more results, having no more existence. Making an end of suffering means making cease of existence, and there will be no more future existence. Here I want to suggest all of you, if you understand how to, here I want to suggest all of you to make proper way of wishing whenever you make wholesome deeds. Example, whenever you do wholesome deeds, if you make an aspiration because of this wholesome deed, may I make an end of suffering. Even you make an aspiration to make an end of suffering, if your body is not yet mature, you can't make an end of suffering yet. So when that karma gives results, it will give good results. You will be reborn in a good realm. You will become rich. But one day finally you can make an end of suffering. But if you make an aspiration to be reborn as a human, to be reborn as a celestial being, to be reborn as a rich person, so you will be very, very far away from Nirvana. Because of this reason, which aspiration is good? Making an end of suffering, or to be reborn as a rich human being or celestial being? Bodhisattva. You want to be Bodhisattva? Okay, if you want to be Bodhisattva, you have to fulfill at least 4 incalculable sons, 100,000 years. If somebody wants your eyes, you must take it up. Okay? If somebody wants your life, you must give your life. If somebody wants your arms, you must give them. So the way leading to Nibbana, okay, as a Buddha also, the way leading to Nibbana is the same. But the period, the Bodhisattva fulfill the Bharmi is very, very long. So, if we want to make an end of suffering as a Arahant, not as the Pacceka Buddha, private Buddha, or as the omniscient Buddha, the way we should make an aspiration is to make an end of suffering. But in the Anguttara Nikaya, Buddha said, we can't attain something what we want just by praying. We can't attain something what we want just by praying. If we want to be a rich person, we have to accumulate the karma related to be a rich person. If we want to be the one who lives long, so we have to do the karma which can give the results to be lived long. So, however, all these are only sensuality that if we do wholesome deeds accepting, dissolve, so we will swept away in the flood of sensuality. Because of this reason, so the flood of sensuality becomes the flood which is difficult for us to cross. As I told you, all of you, only when we understand the danger of sensuality, we can cross over the flood of sensuality. One day, maybe if I have a chance or if I have a good time to explain all of you what is the danger of sensuality, I will explain on that day again. So today I will continue the second flood. What is the second flood? Anybody who remember? The flood of becoming. The flood of becoming. So it is attachment to Brahma life and attachment to the jhana concentration. So, in our meditation center at Pa-Auk, many meditators, not only local but also foreigners, are practicing meditation. So, now as you practice Anapana meditation, they also, all the beginners, they start meditate Anapana meditation. So when they develop Anapana concentration up to 4th jhana, so they feel like very much entering 4th jhana. I don't mean that they attain 4th jhana strictly, immediately. They practice step by step. First 1st jhana, and then 2nd jhana, 3rd jhana, and then 4th jhana. So for the good of all of you, those who are practicing Anapana, I want to explain a little bit more about how you can experience the improvement of Anapana meditation practice. So when you focus on the breath mindfully a longer time, slowly the breath becomes settled. Experiencing the settled breath is a sign of improvement. When you can focus on the settled breath longer time, for 1 hour, 2 hours, at that time you may see the light. One important thing, when you experience settled breath, sometimes it is so settled that it disappears from your mind. At that time, some meditators, they are not patient. And they worry. They breathe rapidly to make the breath obvious. They should not do that way. They should wait and watch when they last notice the breath. Important thing is to be able to maintain focusing on this settled breath longer and longer time. So when the light appears, while you are focusing on the settled breath, the light is not yet stable. At that time, just emphasize focusing on the settled breath. Sometimes for some meditators, the light appears in front, somewhere in front, some above, some right, some left, some below. However, they are not yet stable. Ignore them, just continue focus on the breath. So by focusing on the subtle breath, near the nostril, or somewhere around the nostril, the light will become stable and closer to the nostril. Finally, the light will unify with the breath, combine together. When the breath and light start unifying, at that time also not stable yet. How can you know the unification of breath and light? You are focusing the breath. You see the breath. You know the breath. When they unify, at the same place you focus the breath, you see the light together. So when unification lasts for 30 minutes, maybe the light at that time may become stable. So when the unification lasts for 30 minutes, meditator can switch awareness from the breath to the light. So if the meditator can focus on the nimitta, what we call the light of concentration, for 1 hour, 2 hours, daily. And if the nimitta becomes very bright and strong and stable, we can enter jhana concentration. So if we can enter, if meditators can enter first jhana, the first jhana concentration also strong and powerful. In the first jhana, if we discern jhana factors, there will be 5 jhana factors. So how to discern first jhana factors? It is better to learn under the guidance of the teacher. Otherwise, it is difficult for beginners to understand how to discern 5 jhana factors. If a meditator can discern 5 jhana factors, he has to practice first jhana mastery. So, as you all know, in the worldly things, if we want to be someone who is very expert in something, we have to master that thing. In the same way, when we practice meditation also we need to practice mastery. So after practicing first mastery, meditators can proceed to the second jhana, and then third jhana, and then fourth jhana. So what is the reason why we need to practice jhana concentration? Because the Buddha says, the one who is concentrated knows and sees things as they really are. So in Pa-Auk meditation center, when meditators develop up to fourth jhana, we instruct them to practice 4 element meditation to start vipassana meditation. So after developing up to Anapana fourth jhana concentration, we teach 4 elements meditation to start vipassana meditation. So when meditators start practicing 4 elements meditation, they can do either brief way or detailed, brief method or detailed method. Buddha taught 2 methods when Buddha teach 4 elements meditation. Brief method and detailed method. We can practice either one. The purpose of practicing four elements meditation is to know and see ultimate materiality. When meditators systematically practice four elements meditation, finally they develop concentration. When they develop four elements concentration, the body starts to emit light. Gradually from grey to white light, and then it will become strong and bright. Finally, meditators, they just see a block of light. They don't see their body. So if they can maintain that block of light, practicing four elements for 1 hour, 1.5 hours, they attain excess concentration. Four elements meditation can be attained only excess concentration. Cannot go further. So at that time, we instructed meditators to continue distant four elements in that block of light. At that time, we instructed meditators to continue distant four elements in that block of light. So what happened? Their discernment breaks down the block of light into very, very small and tiny particles. How does the small particles look like? When you sit on the television, before the program starts, what did you see? Small particles, small dots. Many. Is it big or small? You may think it is small because you see it as a small dot. But now what we are talking about is small particles. In Pali we call rupa kalapa. These are very, very, very small. You cannot compare with the dots we see on the television screen. It is very big compared to this rupa kalapa. So meditators, they see their body just these small particles. They don't see the body at all at that time. But that small particles are not ultimate materiality yet. They are just the smallest concept. So Buddha instructs us to practice, to discern or to analyze the ultimate materiality that present in small particles. So there are 8 or 9 or 10 types of materiality present in each particle. Do you know what they are? 8, 9 or 10 types of materiality? Earth element, water element, fire element, wind element, color, smell, taste, nutritive acid, and life faculty. Last one is sensitivity, like eye sensitivity, eye transference. Okay? So these are ultimate materiality that exists in each particle. Only when we can analyze, then we know the ultimate materiality. So our Pa-Auk meditators, after developing up to fourth jhana, Anapana fourth jhana, they continue to practice four elements meditation and they finally penetrate the ultimate materiality. So when they analyze the ultimate materiality, they have to analyze door by door, eye door, ear door, nose door, tongue door, body door, mind door, or six doors. So after descending internally, our Buddha instructs us to practice externally. So now you are sitting here. When you can descend internal ultimate materiality, if you pay attention for elements of other meditators around you, you just see them as a small particle. Just they will see internally, externally, just as a small particle. So if they pay attention for elements to the table, to the to the building, to the mountain, to the car, all become small particles. So Buddha said the whole world, living beings or non-living beings, are made up of these small particles. Conventionally, there is man, there is woman, there is tree, there is animal, there is car. But ultimately, there is only small particles. At that time, you will agree with Buddha. Buddha said there is no man, there is no woman, there is only ultimate materiality. Do you agree? Do you agree with Buddha there is no man, there is no woman? No. Maybe only because you have faith on Buddha that you may agree, but in your mind sometimes you want to reject. No Buddha. Here, man. Here, woman. How Buddha say there is no man, there is no woman? Yes? Because of this reason, only when you penetrate it, by your insight knowledge, at that time, you agree with Buddha. Oh, what Buddha said is right. Because of not knowing the truth, we are suffering. You know? But one thing, when you open your eye, you see man and woman again. So what should you do? You must close your eyes all the time. Okay? Otherwise you will see man and woman and you attack again. Okay, so after penetrating the ultimate materiality, you must continue to know and see the ultimate mentality. So, all the ultimate materiality, they are arising and perishing very, very rapidly. So when you are going to distant mentality are more profound. So, if I explain how to practice mentality now, what will happen, you know? If you are going to fall asleep, so better only when you can practically practice I will teach. But only now I will generally tell you. Mentality arises in a way of process. They arise based on our mind. They are very, very quick. They are arising and perishing very, very rapidly all the time. So also they need to practice internally, externally. So when our meditators know and see the ultimate mentality and materiality internally, externally, what do they see? So one of the meditators from Taiwan, who is a lady, she reported me one day, all the mentality and materiality are so rapidly arising and perishing. It is so suffering for me. I don't want any more existence Sunday. I want to make an end of suffering in this very life. At that time, I asked her, suppose you can't make an end of suffering in this very life. So I asked her, where do you want to be reborn? She is the one who could attain jhana concentration, who practiced mastery of jhana concentration, and who knows the suffering of human life, who knows the danger of sensuality. She answered me, again, I want to be reborn as a Brahma. Because Brahma, they have only eye transparent, eye sensitivity, ear sensitivity. They have no sensitivity, tongue sensitivity, body sensitivity. They have. You think having eye sensitivity, ear sensitivity, nose sensitivity, tongue sensitivity, body sensitivity is for happiness? How do you think having ear sensitivity, eye sensitivity, ear sensitivity, nose sensitivity, tongue sensitivity, body sensitivity for your happiness? How do you think? We are now suffering because of having this eye. Okay? We are chasing after beautiful objects. We are making money. We are tiring because of this. So among these sensitivity, tongue sensitivity is the most difficult one. Right? We are very busy for this tongue. As if we are living for this tongue. As if we are living for this tongue sensitivity. So because of possessing this all sensitivity, they make we all busy and tired. Because of body sensitivity, people are suffering. Those who went to Pa-Auk, those who practice Dhamma, those who know the danger of this sensuality, that they have strong sense of urgency. So they want to be free from this all dukkha. So because of this reason, they want to be reborn as a Brahma who has only two sensitivity: ear sensitivity, eye sensitivity, and ear sensitivity. Brahma, they have eye sensitivity to see the Buddha. They have ear to listen the Dhamma. So they have no sensitivity, tongue sensitivity, body sensitivity. They feel they are released from the lust and desire from smell, taste, and touch. Because of having no sensitivity, tongue sensitivity, body sensitivity, they are released from the desire of smell, taste, and touch. So, because they know the suffering of human life, they know the suffering in their suffering of their life too, that they don't want to be reborn as a human and celestial beings again. If meditator can maintain first jhana concentration at the near-death moment, it will give its result. He or she will be reborn in the first jhana Brahma form. So now you hear the flood of becoming is attachment to Brahma life and attachment to jhana concentration. We practice jhana concentration not to be reborn as a Brahma, to make an end of suffering only. But our meditators, those who can't make an end of suffering, to be reborn as a Brahma in the Brahma realm is better than human existence, celestial, being. However, if we attach to jhana concentration and Brahman life, we will be dragged or swept away in the flood of becoming. We will sink. You cannot cross that flood. Here, one thing to consider. The first flood is the flood of sensuality. The second flood is the flood of becoming. Is it easy? Is it easy for you to attain jhana concentration, staying in your home? In your home. Is it easy for you to attain jhana concentration, staying in your home? So it is not easy, right? Just staying at home, if you can attain jhana concentration, is it necessary for you to come here? Not easy. That's why if you can cross the flood of sensuality, only then you can reach to the flood of becoming. That's why first step is to cross the flood of sensuality. Only then we can attain jhana concentration and we can maintain jhana concentration too. So now you understand two floods. So the first one, it is the flood of wrong views. So there are 62 types of wrong views. If you want to see, you can see in Brahmajala Sutta in the Digha. So among 62 types of wrong view, the most important that we need to remove is the wrong view of self-identity. Self-identity, in Pali we call self-identity. Ego. So it is the most powerful one. We have to relinquish, we have to remove it. Only then we can cross the flood of wrong view. We all suffer and we fall down to the four states because of this wrong view. If someone complains you suffer very strongly because of this self-identity. Sometimes if someone blame, accuse your sister, your mother, you suffer a lot. You want to do against. You want to redo again. Because they think this is my sister, this is my mother, this is my son, this is my daughter. Here I can give you an example. Many people are suffering, but not Korean people. The Myanmar people. Okay? What happens in Myanmar? They don't eat anything. Oh, they are suffering. Another example. One family very far away from your home. Someone tell you they are suffering. Just you listen and then you don't eat anything. Another example. Someone in your family is suffering. What happened? At the time, very obvious. You suffer with them. It is because of this self-identity. So because of this reason, because of this self-identity, there is nothing what we dare not do in our life. Because of self-identity, there is nothing in our life what we dare not do. There is nothing what we can't do. Because of this reason, Buddha said, all the ordinary persons, ordinary people, They have self-identity. Only ordinary people can do 5 heavy things, 5 serious things. Killing mother, killing father, killing arahants, and then doing schism in the Sangha, and then drew the blood of the Buddha. That's why those who have self-identity are surrounded by many dangers. Surrounded by many dangers. This is because of the flood of wrong view. Is it not important to remove wrong view? So, because of this reason, after penetrating ethnic mentality and materiality, we continue teaching dependent origination to no cause and their effects. Because just by practicing ethnic mentality and materiality is not enough to remove self-identity. So, meditators, they continue practice dependent origination to know cause and their effects. They continue practice dependent origination to know cause and their effects. Cause and effects. So to know the causes of this present life, they have to descend to their past life. So when meditators know past causes, which is the causes of present existence, so they attain the knowledge of descending cause and effect. So when they attain that knowledge, at that time they can start contemplate anicca, dukkha, anatta on mentality, materiality, and their cause and their effects. Cause and their effects. They can contemplate anicca, dukkha, anatta on mentality, materiality, cause and their effects. So when they contemplate anicca, impermanence, dukkha, suffering, anatta, non-self, again and again, their insight knowledge mature. So when the insight knowledge mature, finally the path knowledge rises. Following crucial knowledge, they become the first noble person, Sotapanna. So that first path knowledge remove or destroy the self-identity, doubt, and the practice of rite and rituals. What does the path knowledge destroy? Self-identity, doubt, and attachment to rite and ritual. Because the first path knowledge removes self-identity, that first noble person will not understand. Anger is my anger. Greed is my greed. Pride is my pride. We don't agree. We don't understand in that way. Attachment to right and ritual. Sila wrong way of practicing. Only the way of wrong practicing. Maybe I will explain. So now you understand what is self-identity. If your mother suffered something, At that time, you love your mother because you have attention to your mother, but you have no self-identity, and you have right understanding. Then you see, oh, this is because of my mother karma. In this way, only you understand. See? You will not suffer as before. See? But you attach to your mother, you feel something, but you can teach yourself. If someone accuse you became at that time sort of mother. You feel angry because you have anger. But very quickly you can teach yourself, oh, because I have accused others. So that time, that person feels release from many suffering. It is very important to remove self-identity. Without developing concentration, can you remove it? Impossible. To penetrate healthy mentality, healthy materiality, and to know and see cause and their effects. So you need to develop concentration. So when you attain part knowledge, first part knowledge, it removes doubt. You have doubt. Is it true Buddha is omniscient Buddha, the one who knows everything? Sometimes you may have this doubt. Is it true? Also, is it true the teaching of the Buddha is for the attainment of Nirvana? Also, is it really there is noble monk? So now you have doubt on Buddha, Dharma, and noble monk, Riya, Sangha. Also you have doubt. Really I have past life? Is it true that I have future life? Is it true that I have present life? Is it true that I have past life and future life? And then you have doubt on karma and its results. So the first noble person remove this doubt completely without removing. His faith on Buddha, Dharma and Sangha, karma and its result become unshakable. Okay? So this is the removing of doubt. Rite and rituals, attachment to rite and rituals. At the Buddha time, before Buddha appeared in the world, in India, those who practice like a dog, like a cow, they think by doing this practice, they can make an end of suffering. This is wrong way of practicing. They understand without practicing Eightfold Noble Path, there is no way to make an end of suffering. So now you know 3 floods. The third one. So to be able to cross the flood of wrong view, first you need to practice sila. Second, you need to practice samadhi. Third, you need to practice vipassana. It is to know and see healthy mentality, materiality, cause and their effects. If you can't attain path knowledge, you will be swept away in the flood of wrong view, and you will sink in it all the time. But if you are willing to cross the flood of wrong view, yes, you can do it. I came in Korea to tell and to share and to give the medicine of Dharma for you to drink, to cure and to cross the flood. 10 days drink of medicine of the Dharma is not enough. If you drink the Dharma medicine for 10 days only, and this is not enough, so we all be able to drink medicine of the Dharma more and more. So today I will stop in third class. Already nearly 3 o'clock. 16 to 3. Any questions?
To enter absorption concentration, light is necessary.
Yes. Buddha said light of concentration.
Always light.
Yes. Every meditation object, when you attain concentration, you see the light, whichever meditation. It's trying to see the truth.
Without light, to enter absorption concentration is impossible. My second question is, you can see, you mentioned through 4 element practice, we can see small particle when we see man or something.
Yes.
Yeah. It is with your real life or in your mind?
It is with wisdom eye.
Wisdom eye.
Wisdom eye. With concentration.
Closing eye.
Yes. But one more thing I want to introduce you. When you deeply practice continuously, healthy mentality and purity, concentrate efforts, later, many meditators in my guidance, they reportedly one day, I see many small particles just with open eyes. See the floor, they see the small particles. They look at the feet, they see the small particles. Later it comes. How great it is. This is the eye given by the Buddha. No one can see. Do you want to see?
As I understand, the appearance of nimitta depends on the present effort and concentration and head parami.
Yes, both.
On the effort, I will make every effort under your guidance, but parami, head parami, I don't know whether I have accumulated adequate parami for arising of nimitta. How do I know? How can you check whether I have head parami?
Along the way you practice, did you see the light? In this present life, along the way you practice, did you see the light?
Yes, very good.
You have light. Okay?
Initial light, yes.
Yes. Because of past you can see the light. Okay? Through practicing gradually, we come to know we have body concept. But short time practice is not enough. In Pa-Auk meditation center, there is one meditator. He practiced meditation for 6 years diligently, but he never attained jhana concentration. But at 6 years, he attained jhana concentration with very strong and powerful mind. Because sometimes we need to wait until we mature. That's why we must diligently try. Even people spend 20 years, 30 years, chasing after sensuality. You can't spend 3 years for Dharma. So you should ask yourself, am I the one who really want to do for the good of myself? You should ask one question. Am I the one who really want to do for the good of myself? Are you going to ask yourself?
After sitting, we go to a dark area. Dark area. And then she smoked particle.
Really?
Yeah, I'm a what's the reason?
The daily practice which are very helpful for you. You should definitely practice long time. You must do Pa-Auk. I want to see all of you in Pa-Auk.
She is asking about second of coming. If we want to cross second of coming, we should practice concentration. But the second one is to eradicate jhana and brahma.
So, yes, I have.
She concluding.
It is not to cross. I will explain. The second flood is the flood of becoming. If it attached to Brahma life and jhana concentration, so we will be reborn in the Brahma world. But, as I have told you, we practice jhana concentration, not to be reborn as a Brahma, but to make an end of suffering. But to be able to make an end of suffering, we need concentration. That's why we develop concentration. Before we can make an end of suffering. If we can't make an end of suffering in this very life, as I have introduced one of the meditators, he can practice vipassana very deeply. But if she could not make an end of suffering in this life, if she needs to be reborn if she needs to be reborn again, she wants to be reborn as a Brahma, it is time to rest for a while there. Because she will practice daily. She knows how to practice vipassana. Just she doesn't want to come back to the human life. Those who could practice vipassana in this very life, we teach them internal, external. It means when meditators practice externally, they must practice human role, devil role, Brahma role. All the beings are only nama and rupa, arising and perishing all the time. That's why they have no much attachment.
Someone who develop jhana and then should switch to vipassana meditation. But if he stays in the jhana state, so how can advise to get away from attachment of jhana?
Before coming to Korea, I had one meditator whose concentration is so strong. He was practicing dependent origination. But when I instruct him to practice dependent origination, he wanted to stay in jhana concentration more. He attached very much. I suggest him the purpose of practicing healthy immortality, the achievement, cause and purpose. It is to make an end of suffering. But he is still young, no much sense of urgency. He enjoys naturally jhana concentration. Those who don't really want to make an end of suffering, they attach to the jhana concentration. Those who don't really want to make an end of suffering, they may enjoy entering jhana, they attach to it. They see those sounds, they are very enjoy offering. Just offering. They are happy with it, they don't want to do more than it. Some, they just want to enter jhana, after that they don't want to continue anymore. Maybe it sounds easy, because according to the teaching of the Buddha, without nothing happens without practice. They have to change, they have to practice jhana much sooner after. Okay? Nothing happens without practice. Then they need a reason. Some they have practiced jhana concentration in their past very much. Other deities in this general life also, they want to enter jhana, stay more, want to stay more. Now this baby is now in a good condition. Okay? If someone says, please run away, very difficult for you maybe to run away. But only when the fire burning, you see the danger. At that time, no one needs to tell you, you will run away. 3:30 meditation. So please walk. Otherwise you cannot practice. Okay.